are you feeling after the loss on the weekend?
At this moment in time, like we've recovered from it as a team. Obviously, straight after the game, you're really disappointed, of course, and probably over the next 24 hours when you're assessing the game and learning from it and getting better. But we've addressed some big things in the dressing room regarding the performance with the players. We took a lot of time to do that, and we feel we've done that really well. So going into the kind of lead up to the next game now, we feel really good that we can right those things what we didn't do so well in the game. So yeah, we feel positive at this moment in time.
What are those things that you felt you needed to address or that you have addressed?
I'd like to just keep them between myself and the team because I like to build an environment where, you know, there was some home truth said in the dressing rooms. We're always there to support the players. That's the main focus. But we know that we're here to have good performances and get results as well. So we have to understand that. But, you know, with a young group, sometimes that inconsistency comes. And certainly with the new group learning to play together under a new coaching regime as well, it takes a little bit of time. So whatever we speak about, it's a safe environment for our players when we speak in our meetings, in our dressing room. So it was a really good response from the players. And you know, I try to make it as clear as possible, my expectations for the team going forward.
Heading to Perth to take on Perth, they're also winless as well. I guess both of you are going to be hungry for a win, aren't you? What impact does that have on mindset going into the match?
Our mindset won't change. You know, from the meeting we had post MacArthur, I think it's clear, like I said there, what my expectations are from the team. And I think, you know, the boys understand that, and the boys are ready to go and implement that. So, you know, we'll be ready. Every game we look for a win. I'm sure every other team's the same. No matter whether you're on the back of a winning run, you want to keep that run going. If you've not won a game, you want to start that winning streak going. So we'll be going into the game really focused, and hopefully we can implement what we've been talking about.
Off to Bali then only a few days later. Is there a change in focus there? How's that going to affect the squad?
There will be at the time, of course, but our focus now is just on the next game in Perth, and that's all we can focus on, because that's the most important thing. What's next? Yes, there's a lot of logistics we have to think about with the travel and things like that, and we've got fantastic staff here who make sure that we're covered in all aspects, and we can do that. But there's going to be challenges with that. That's a new thing for me with the challenge in Australia and with the AFC Cup as well. So it's challenging, but like I said, we've got fantastic support staff around who put things in place for the players to make that trip away and the challenge of the two games really doable and as smooth as possible. So yeah, we're focused on Perth, that's it. But obviously we have to have one eye as a coach on Bali as well.
How does the team pick each other up after two losses? Is there any little rituals you've got that will shake it off sort of thing?
I'm a big believer in processes and I fully believe in that. And you know, even during the tough times or speed bumps, if you want to call them those kind of things, we have to believe in what we're doing. We have to believe in the processes we put in place and trust those processes. And one of those processes is reviewing the game honestly as a group. And like I said, you asked a question about what was said, and you know, sticking together and understanding that, you know, when we are talking about things, we have that trust in our environment that we can be honest with each other, we can be open with each other, because we know, you know, everybody within our group wants to get better. That's it. That's a fundamental thing. Everybody wants to improve. Everybody wants to get to a position where we can win football matches.
And is everyone match ready? Any injuries of concern?
We had a knock with Mikael Docker and Max Ballard is still working hard, but we're hoping they'll be okay. Max is going to join in training today for a little bit, but whether he'll be fit for Perth, we'll have to wait and see. So that's touch and go at the minute. I think the rest are going to be good. So I think that's really important for us, that we have everybody fit and available. We've had a few challenges over the games, you know, particularly in the first game against Adelaide when we lost players within the game. Before the game against MacArthur, losing Max Ballard was a big blow because he was a big part of the team. So the quicker we can get everybody back fit, the better. And we're hoping that will be the case against Perth. But you know, we'll see as it gets closer.
Brilliant win against Bali in the AFC. Do you have any takeaways from that game that you might want to implement with Perth?
I think every game, you know, in itself poses different problems. I think Perth will be a different game to Bali. So, like every game, we analyse the opponents. But going back to kind of the conversations we've had as a group, it's about what we do. It really, really is, and how we can implement the ideas we spoke about post-MacArthur and make sure these elements of our game are really on show against Perth. And if we do that, you know, we'll have a high percentage chance of having a strong performance.